It is known throughout the academic world, the medical world. It is known throughout the Air Force, and above all, it is known throughout the CIA that the air intelligence at Wright-Patterson Field has in its possession a spacecraft, 31 feet in diameter, and it is entirely undamaged except for a hole, small hole, broken in the plastic dome, the transparent plastic dome which covered the cockpit. And because of this accident in space, the 12 small human beings died suddenly of decompression in the purely mortal way that the Russian astronauts perished last year in a similar accident of decompression during re-entry. They were not shot down by our fighter planes. They suffered an operational loss. However, in this particular case, it was very fortunate that our alert radar net in the western states had the UFO on its screen. In fact, 3 radar stations were tracking an unidentified object at immense altitude and traveling at unbelievable speed. When it stopped, fluttered, went out of control, and fell circling toward the Earth. Because 3 radar stations were locked on it, they were able to triangulate the point at which it reached Earth. That point was 3 miles west of the small town of Aztec, New Mexico, in the northern part of the state near the Colorado line. At that time, I owned and operated a ranch in the high mountains of northern New Mexico. It happened in my neighborhood. All available law enforcement officers were rushed to the scene, and planes were flown from the nearest major Air Force base, which is Edwards Air Force Base in the Mojave Desert. And as they landed, there was a silvery gleaming disc-shaped spacecraft standing on a tripod landing gear. Apparently it made an automatic landing after its occupants had died. And as the local sheriffs
What? That's a weird plant. That's a plant. That's fucking weird, man. The little back section's glowing white.
That's hovering over Salt Lake City. Is it a rocket, a blimp, a UFO? A strange object seen in the skies has residents scratching their heads. The craft floated overhead for several minutes before disappearing. Salt Lake air traffic controllers said their radar didn't pick up anything, and they have no knowledge of the craft.